The galaxy shimmered in an endless expanse of stars, a breathtaking view that masked centuries of turmoil among its countless civilizations. Earth, nestled on the edge of a spiraling arm, had always been an outlier, a world of contradictions, where brilliance and chaos intertwined. Humanity had reached for the stars with trembling hands, not out of curiosity alone, but necessity. Their planet teetered on the brink of collapse, its resources drained, its skies choking under the weight of industrial ambition. When the first contact came, it was met with a mix of hope and apprehension. The galactic community, vast, ancient, and meticulously ordered, looked down upon humanity as an anomaly. They were unpredictable, their emotions volatile, their history riddled with cycles of war and innovation. Yet, within that storm of contradictions, there was a spark of something undefinable, something that intrigued the Council of Elder Species. The Galactic Council convened to discuss Earth's fate. The chamber, a sprawling amalgam of alien architecture and luminescent technology, was filled with representatives from every corner of the cosmos. Their forms varied, some towering and ethereal, others compact and mechanical, but their consensus was largely the same. Humanity, with its penchant for self-destruction, could not be trusted. A handful of voices rose in defense, citing the species' adaptability and ingenuity, but they were drowned out by skepticism. Dr. Arya Khan, humanity's chosen ambassador, stood amidst this sea of doubt. She was young by human standards, her frame small compared to the towering beings surrounding her, but her voice carried a conviction that silenced the room. She spoke not of humanity's achievements or its technological prowess but of its resilience. She recounted stories of how her people had risen from the ashes time and again, of how they had stared into the abyss of extinction and dared to fight back. "Judge us not by our flaws," she implored, her voice steady, "but by what we do despite them." Her words hung in the air, stirring a rare moment of contemplation among the council. After a long deliberation, they presented humanity with a challenge. There was a planet on the verge of death, its ecosystem decimated by centuries of neglect. If humanity could restore it within a single Earth year, they would be deemed worthy of joining the galactic community. If they failed, Earth's request for aid would be denied, and their fragile world would remain isolated. The decision sent ripples through Earth's population. Skeptics decried the challenge as impossible, a cruel test designed to ensure failure. But among the despair rose a collective determination. For the first time in centuries, nations set aside their differences. Scientists, engineers, and visionaries pooled their knowledge, working tirelessly to devise a plan. This was not just a test of humanity's capability but a fight for their very survival. As the clock began to tick, the weight of expectation bore down on them. The galaxy watched with cold detachment, but humanity, undeterred, prepared to defy the odds. Humanity responded to the challenge with an urgency that transcended borders and ideologies. For the first time in generations, there was no us versus them, only a collective will to survive and prove their worth. Governments, corporations, and grassroots organizations united under one banner: the Restoration Initiative. The task was monumental, almost insurmountable, but failure was not an option. Earth's brightest minds came together in a global collaboration unlike anything seen before. Laboratories and think tanks operated around the clock, developing solutions that pushed the boundaries of science and technology. Terraforming experts designed systems to stabilize the alien planet's atmosphere, while biologists engineered flora capable of thriving in hostile environments. Engineers constructed colossal machines capable of reintroducing life to the barren soil. Every field of study found its place in the effort, from quantum mechanics to agricultural science. Among them was Selverin, an alien observer sent by the Council to monitor humanity's progress. Tall and composed, with a demeanor shaped by centuries of galactic order, Selverin viewed the task with skepticism. To them, humanity's chaotic nature was a liability, a reason why failure seemed inevitable. Yet, as the days turned into weeks, Selverin began to notice something peculiar. Humans were not like the other species of the galaxy. Where others relied on tradition and rigid systems, humanity thrived on adaptability and improvisation. Problems that seemed insurmountable were approached with an almost reckless determination, as if failure was simply another step toward success. A young engineer, barely out of university, solved a critical energy distribution problem that had baffled experts for weeks. A farmer from a remote village in Africa suggested a method for cross-pollinating alien vegetation that no one else had considered. But it wasn't just their ingenuity that stood out, it was their capacity for compassion. In the midst of the mission, there were countless moments of quiet humanity. A group of workers, exhausted from 18-hour shifts, pooled their limited resources to support a colleague whose family had fallen ill. Scientists paused their work to celebrate a colleague's birthday, a brief but poignant reminder of what they were fighting for. Even Selvarin, accustomed to the detached efficiency of their own species, found themselves drawn to these moments of warmth and connection. As the project gained momentum, setbacks emerged. A critical piece of machinery failed, threatening to derail the entire mission. Resources ran thin, and tensions flared. Yet, humanity pressed on. They improvised, repaired, and found solutions where none seemed possible. When the terraforming machines faltered, communities across Earth organized drives to collect the materials needed for repairs. People who had never met, separated by thousands of miles, worked together with a singular focus. For Selvarin, the experience was transformative. The observer had come to Earth expecting chaos, but what they witnessed was something far more profound. Humanity's flaws, their unpredictability and emotional intensity, were not weaknesses, they were the source of their strength. It was not logic or tradition that propelled them forward, but an unyielding belief that even the impossible could be achieved when they stood together. As the mission progressed, the alien planet began to show faint signs of revival, but the road ahead was fraught with peril. A sudden ecological collapse threatened to undo months of progress. A critical biosphere designed to regulate the planet's temperature had malfunctioned, throwing the fragile ecosystem into chaos. The team was left scrambling, their earlier momentum ground to a halt by this devastating setback. For the first time, doubt crept into the hearts of even the most determined. Dr. Arya Khan gathered the team, her presence a steadying force amidst the turmoil. She spoke not as a leader but as one of them, sharing her own fears and the immense pressure she carried. "We've always thrived in the face of despair," she reminded them. "This isn't just about proving ourselves to the galaxy. It's about proving to ourselves that we are capable of something greater." Her words reignited a flicker of hope, and the team returned to their work with renewed vigor. The restoration effort took on a frenetic pace. Scientists and engineers pushed their limits, often working to the brink of collapse. Volunteers from Earth poured in, offering whatever skills they could bring to the table. Artists designed symbols of hope to motivate the workers. Medics tended tirelessly to those who fell ill. Even children participated by sending messages of encouragement and sketches of a restored world, their innocent optimism becoming a powerful reminder of what was at stake. But the galaxy was not watching passively. Some alien factions, still convinced of humanity's failure, actively sabotaged the mission. Resources meant for the restoration effort mysteriously vanished, vital equipment was tampered with, and false reports of failure circulated to sow discord among the team. These acts of interference only fueled humanity's resolve. When materials went missing, they innovated with alternatives. When equipment failed, they built replacements from salvaged scraps. Selvarin, initially detached, found themselves fully immersed in the effort. They worked alongside humans, sharing their knowledge of advanced galactic technology to compensate for the missing resources. For the first time, Selvarin understood what made humanity unique. They saw how individuals with no apparent connection to one another could unite under a shared vision, driven by an unshakable belief that every effort, no matter how small, mattered. In a pivotal moment, a young human child was brought to the alien planet. She had insisted on bringing a seed from Earth, one her grandmother had gifted her, saying it carried the promise of life. Against all odds, the seed took root in the alien soil. The sight of the fragile sprout, defying an environment that had been barren for centuries, sent ripples of emotion through the team. It became a symbol of their struggle and resilience. Despite the setbacks and sabotage, the planet began to transform. The air grew clearer, the ground richer, and the first signs of alien wildlife cautiously returned. Humanity had not just met the challenge, they had surpassed it. The galaxy had set the bar impossibly high, but humanity had risen higher. The final days of the mission were a whirlwind of activity, but a calm sense of determination hung over the team. The once barren planet was now a testament to humanity's resolve, with lush patches of green spreading across its surface and alien ecosystems beginning to stabilize. The sight was breathtaking, a visual symphony of renewal that seemed to echo humanity's triumph. As the Galactic Council assembled to inspect the results, The skepticism that had defined their earlier deliberations was replaced by a tense silence. Representatives from the most advanced civilizations analyzed the data, walked the terrain, and observed the planet's transformation with a mix of awe and disbelief. By every measurable standard, humanity had achieved the impossible, but the true impact was far deeper than scientific metrics could capture. Selvarin stood among the council, their perspective irrevocably changed. They spoke of what they had witnessed, how humanity's strength lay not in perfection but in their ability to rise above imperfection. They described moments of sacrifice, ingenuity, and compassion, recounting how humans had poured every ounce of themselves into saving a world that wasn't even their own. They've not just restored this planet, Selvarin concluded, their voice steady with conviction, they've restored faith in what we as a galaxy can achieve together. Dr. Arya Khan delivered the final report, standing before a council that now regarded her with quiet respect. She spoke not of victory, but of a shared future. "We did not undertake this challenge to prove we were better," she said. "We did it to show that hope is universal, that life, any life, is worth fighting for. If we, with all our flaws, can accomplish this, imagine what we can do together." Her words resonated far beyond the council chamber. Across the galaxy, stories of humanity's effort spread like wildfire. Alien societies began to question their own assumptions about strength and progress. For centuries, they had relied on tradition and rigid systems, dismissing emotion as a weakness. Now, they saw the power of human passion, how it could move mountains and heal worlds. On Earth, celebrations erupted as the news of the mission's success broke. But amidst the joy, there was a profound sense of humility. Humanity understood that this was only the beginning. The galaxy's gaze had shifted, and with it came an unspoken promise to rise to the occasion. They were no longer just fighting for their place among the stars, they were fighting for a shared future with all who called the galaxy home. The restored planet became a symbol of unity. Its skies, once choked with lifeless dust, now held the promise of new beginnings. The first alien child born on its soil held a human-crafted artifact, a small globe of Earth encased in crystal. The image, transmitted across the galaxy, became an emblem of hope. Humanity had done more than prove their worth. They had reminded the galaxy of something it had long forgotten, that even in the darkest moments, the light of determination, compassion, and unity could shine brighter than any star.